So it's been a couple months that we've documented a day or we've produced any type of content for Gurupresario, but today we're kind of focused on bringing a little more attention on what we're doing in the marketing space, what Gurupresario is doing as a brand. Things have just been super heavy in the past couple of months. We just haven't had time to produce much content, but today we want to talk about the forms of marketing that kind of make up the space in today's day and age, right? If you think of marketing back in I would say the early 90s. The early 90s, the biggest moves in marketing was billboards, right? People, if you were on a billboard, you would consider it a big brand, right? Your billboards are nice, but it's not necessarily the attention grabber that it was before. We think of marketing in today's day, it's more focused towards, in my opinion, storytelling, or actually creating an element that people can connect to. Your prospective clients, they really want to know who you are as a person, be able to distinguish your personality from whether it's watching your videos or whether it's watching your Instagram or seeing your photos that you're pushing, the content that you're putting out. They want to build an understanding to who you are as a person, right? I mean, that, at least from my perspective, is I don't want to go to a doctor that I really can't connect to, or an attorney that I really can't connect to, and that I don't think is going to be there in my best interest. Biggest moves in marketing right now is, of course, storytelling. Telling people your story, connecting with people in an intimate manner, where you're having a one-on-one connection with each one of your prospective clients. With that being said, you do that through a number of ways. One of those ways could be just producing content. This content could go on social media such as Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest if that's your thing. LinkedIn is the big thing now. Second step to that is YouTube marketing. And I don't mean that by paid YouTube ads. I mean that in the most organic sense of producing YouTube videos where you're speaking to your prospective market and you're connecting with them, you're getting them to understand who you are as a person and what you do as a professional. And the more that you do that, you're gonna be able to build a real true connection with that prospective market, and then you'll be able to close on that. The other form is, of course, email. Email is more of, if you're already in practice, if you think of your practice, whatever you do, you have a database of emails. That could be 600,000 emails. I've had some clients that have 3,000 emails in a database. And then in turn, we're working on a campaign to speak to that audience. So it doesn't necessarily mean they're a prospective buyer of whatever you're selling or whatever you're in, but how I see it is, if you cast the net, if you put that content out and people are watching it, the more people that watch it, the more people that click subscribe, the more people that hit like, then that in turn pushes you up on the algorithms. And in turn, you're able to market your product in an organic manner and really tell that story without that paid advertising feel to it, right? I mean, if you're like me, I see an ad on YouTube, or I see an ad that really doesn't speak to me that's getting promoted on social media, and immediately I hit, don't show me these ads anymore. No one wants to see it. I mean, quite frankly, it's kind of annoying if you're seeing sponsored ads all the time. So the biggest thing for me is building organic, authentic content and telling your story in that method. Number of other things that we do, but we eventually do get to paid advertising, but in my philosophy, that's something that shouldn't come until 6 months at the earliest, maybe a year after putting out organic, authentic content into the marketplace. Paid advertising definitely has its place in every industry. Gurupresario's focus isn't necessarily in pushing that as the initial step. Our initial step is pushing out authenticity, ultimately your story, and telling that story in the way that it needs to be told. That's it.